Hey everyone, welcome to the Our Anime Podcast. We got a special new guest, Missy Pie.
Yay! We're so excited, obviously.
Missy, you want to say anything to the Our Anime community?
Hi, I miss you all. That was very convincing.
Okay, so the crew.
I'm kidding.
She doesn't miss you at all.
So the crew for today is we got Fate.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah. We also got basedbecker.
What up? Oh shit.
It's that boy.
Here come that boy.
And we also got me, random dude man, who apparently isn't that well known in the community.
Can we call you Randy? Just
Fuck
Can
no.
we?
Can we please?
I mean, that's kind of
episode.
easier to say than just like dude man, which is kind of like an oxymoron.
And then, like, if I say man, like, I might be talking to
Hey
Missy.
man, what up? Dude.
Oh my god, guys. Just call me fucking dude man. Okay?
Alright, fucking dude man, let's go.
You asshole.
Wow. I came here to
Yo,
have
you
a good
guys
time.
wanted-
I'm honestly feeling
You guys
so
wanted
attacked
drama,
right now.
so that's the first part of this fan service.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
that's what the fans want.
Topic today is fan service. So, yeah. Except we're not only going to be talking about the lewd variety. I know that's the first thing that popped into you guys' mind when we say fan service, especially with anime. But we're actually going to take an in-depth look at everything fan service. So get strapped in, get your seatbelts in
Get
your
your
chair
strap
ready,
on.
Put your glasses on.
put your glasses on. Let's do this. So, yeah, there are actually like different types of fan service. We can think of a few. Like, there's obviously the lewd variety of fan service where they show the butts, boobs, and whatnot. There's other types of fan service like transformation fan service where they'll have a transformation sequence that is going on for like hours at a time.
So drawn out.
Yeah. Yeah, because they need to show you every single part moving as it connects into like another thing for like mech shows or for like a magical girl thing. They'll show each clothing item like appear magically.
Yo, you
on the
talking
girl.
smack about Sailor Moon?
Oh god, but yeah, those are a thing. There's also animation fan service where there'll be like a certain animation thing that's well known, like Shaft's head tilt. Right?
That's fan
They
service
seem
at this
to-
point.
Yeah.
They honestly do
people
it all the
are,
time.
you
There's
know,
no
into
need
that.
for them to do it, but yeah.
Well, they do
And there's
it 'cause they
also,
can.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it. And there's also story fan service where the director kind of knows you really want something to happen, like an audience really wants something to happen, so they'll just make it happen, right? No, they don't really care what it means for the story. They just want people to be happy about it. And it has its ups and downs. So, yeah, those are a few different types. So let's get into the biggest and probably what you all came here for, the lewd type
I
of fan
think, do you mean
service.
like the boobs or
Butts.
I mean the boobs.
ooh,
I think he means Makoto's back muscles, to be
Ooh.
honest.
those
Yeah.
are quite
Oh,
nice.
fucking god. Okay, so what do you guys think about that type of fan service? Like, at least, what do you think of like shows that have constant lewd shots? Missy, you want to start us off?
Like honestly, I usually find them quite funny. Like I can appreciate fan service, but not if it's constant. When it's constant, I tend to find it amusing, and like in a bad like B movie kind of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. But is there any like specific examples that you can think of?
Like, say, High School of the Dead? Kind of funny?
Yeah,
or-
High School of the Dead, definitely. I mean, that's technically a B movie anyway, so it kind of works.
Yeah, it
for
was
that.
totally intentional. But
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be like the epitome of a horror B movie, basically.
Okay, that makes sense. Becker, what about you? Any specific types of lewd shots come to mind?
think of, like,
you think
the-
fan service?
the old legendary boob jiggle from Gunbuster, that always like makes me laugh so hard. Oh man, because if you see them, they're just like unrealistic as fuck. They're just
flying over
like,
all-
fuck you, physics. We're gonna jiggle like no one else did.
Do you try to audibly tell that person, calm your tits?
Dude.
You know the Kill la Kill transformation sequence?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's got flappy boobs. They're like
that looks so
literally
painful.
They just
all over
flap
the
like
place.
paper. It's crazy.
Like when the straps like
they
you
make
hear,
the
like,
whip
the
sound
flap
like
of- yeah, that sounds so
Yeah.
painful. Like I feel bad for
Basically.
Yoko. Like girl, treat yourself. Or maybe she's into it. Like I don't know. Like Gamakuri
Maybe,
is
yeah.
apparently
Oh my
into it.
God.
Yeah.
God, that's horrible, guys. These are supposed to be pure anime girls. What are you talking about?
Yes, you know,
They can't
Gainax
do-
and Trigger so well known for their pure anime girls.
So pure.
Dude, like panty and
They can't
stocking,
do-
so pure. Holy shit.
Yo, Kill la Kill Gurren Lagann, like, so pure, untainted.
Oh, okay. Fate, what about you? Any specific lewd shots come to mind?
I mean, like, there's always the upskirt shot. You know, like, but like, things I'm okay with is like, when it's like here and there, like, you know, like, I forget who talked about it. There was like this one Ellen author who was saying, like, when it comes to like anime censorship, because of course, like, in TV, you're only allowed to show this much, and then like, for the Blu rays, obviously, they show more. He was saying something like he hates like the black bars, but he's like, there's a certain kind of romance when you're like in a bath or like in a shower and then like the steam like casually just like covers certain aspects. So like if you're in a bath
Oh.
or something and like you're obviously going to shower naked unless like I don't know, you're some kind of criminal. So like that makes sense. And then like
Never nudes.
there are dozens of us.
Oh my God.
Finally, it was appropriate. And then I think like my favorite lewd shot though, like my favorite ecchi shot probably comes from K-On! Like the rice bowl.
Oh, the right. Oh my god, the right.
Because that's like so hilarious because like you're expecting one thing and like it like kind of previews it.
top
and
tier
then, like, it
transition
zooms
right
out.
there.
Yeah, that's an
So-
amazing scene.
That's actually not in the source material. Like the source material actually has like Mio on the ground and like a full like view of everything there. And so like it was changed for the anime because like Yamada didn't want to have any fan service in there. Or like of the ecchi variety.
Mm.
So when you say ecchi variety, what kind of fan service did she want there? Exactly. Did she
Oh!
want the legs?
The legs, thighs,
Legs.
The
yes.
legs.
The feet. Oh man. Yo, there's so like okay, this is going way off tangent, but I mean I guess like it's kind of fan service. Like I was watching Hibike Euphonium, which Yamada was the series director of, and I was like, I wonder how many like frames there are of just legs, and I think my folder's like 600 something.
Holy
And
shit,
then,
that's quite the folder.
like Hyoka, like she only did 2 episodes, but those 2 episodes have a ton. Like her 2 episodes on Clannad and Clannad After Story, like Tamako Market and K-On! Are just like full of it. I mean, the very last scene of the K-On! Movie is like 90 seconds of Mio, Ritsu, Yui, and Mugi walking, and it just shows everything from the waist down.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
so
And there's a scene in
God.
the OP as well with legs.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
a lot of legs.
So,
A lot of them running and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Mm,
so.
okay. I'm pretty surprised that they've kind of focused so much on legs, but I guess to each their own.
That's a topic for another
Maybe.
day.
Yeah. Personally, for me, I mean, there's obviously the regular like lewd shots, which is like it'll be focused in on their boobs or the butt, but then I always notice like there'll be times where they focus in on like some other parts, like they'll focus in on the nape of their neck when they're in a yukata or something.
Oh, yeah.
At like a festival. I hate seeing that because I'm just thinking, oh my god, this girl's so impure showing her nape.
Yo, there's one scene in Hyoka, like episode I want to say 21, where they're at the festival, like or at New Year's, and like Oriki's just like staring at her, like the nape of her neck for like 15-20 seconds.
God damn, that's eye rape.
I was like, this is getting a little hot and heavy for me.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just these unconventional like shots. I mean, you still kind of understand what the intention is behind that, but they aren't doing it overtly.
Yeah, it's not as
some
like,
other
I
shows
guess. I don't know. Yeah,
It's like
overt, I guess, is the right word.
refined, etchy.
It's prettier as well.
It's high
would.
art.
Refined, etchy. Oh my
Yeah.
god, guys! It's still smut either way.
But it's like, good
It's
smut.
deeper.
It's,
There's more of a connection.
Yeah, deep smut. Oh. Yeah, I like to when I watch my porn, I like to have a good plot. Like to have that drama. Long lost father comes back to see his daughter just
And then
being
bangs
gang
her.
raped.
yeah. What a twist of events.
Oh god. But yeah, it's interesting to see those types of shots in shows. It's still considered fan service. Another thing I want to talk about is whenever you see fan service where it shows the skin, they always tend to have really shiny
They're
parts.
all oiled up and everything.
Oh yeah.
And they always have that red spot on their shoulders or knees where it kind of looks like a zit almost, but it's
It does look like a zit. It's
not.
gross.
And it kind of always breaks my immersion and kind of triggers me a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Why is it so shiny? They're not sweating.
They bathe
To,
in
draw
Anything to make it
attention.
shiny.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't know. It still kind of rubs me the wrong way. Just seeing it like that.
I don't know many people that actually like it.
Maybe the
Then why would they do
Nipponese
it?
like it. I don't know.
Maybe they do.
We have to remember that the Nipponese have different tastes.
They like some
Than
weird
us,
shit.
Most of the time,
Yeah.
yeah, they like the weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like fucking nape.
Fucking napes. The hell?
It's disgusting. So yeah, that's one other weird thing. And another thing I want to mention is whenever you hear sounds related to fan service shots, I'm sure you can all think of a specific. Oh my god, that fucking every single time.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. There's always one to just accompany it. Something. When they know they're being really overt about it, they'll just do it.
Oh yeah, and they'll just be panning shots from the bottom going up, of just their entire body and everything. Oh man.
I don't know. Hey Fate, can you think of any sounds that might accompany these types of shots? You haven't said anything in a while.
That feel one
Or
fight.
maybe he's
That feel one fight died.
Rip. Things got too
It's
lewd
the
in here.
2-man and woman podcast now.
You have to make it sound like that.
Well, I don't want to be sexist. I don't want to say the 3-man podcast.
That's cool.
That's true. You're trying to be politically correct. Didn't come out correctly.
No.
You tried.
I just realized what I said. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, so while Fate's dead, let's talk about something else, which is how much fan service do you consider appropriate for a certain show? If it happens every 5 minutes, do you think that's too much, too little, or
Kind of depends on the
Depends
show,
on
to be
genre.
honest.
It depends what they're going
Mm.
for, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's trying to be serious, then you don't want too much.
But if they're
Is it,
just trying to be fun, say
Yeah.
again, High School of the Dead, then yeah. But even
Or,
then, that
Prison
was
School.
too much sometimes. Shout out to that
Yeah.
that bullet dodging scene,
oh my
which
god,
makes no sense scientifically, but whatever.
yeah. There was that guy who did the math on it, and her boob should have been ripped off at the speed it was going at.
But it
But it's
looked really
iconic.
cool.
Everyone remembers that scene. So it kind of sticks
Yeah.
in your memory.
Because
That's
it's
the
so
point.
That's
it
true.
goes so far, it's so extreme that you can't help
Yeah.
but not remember it.
Mm. Yeah, but I don't know if it does the show a service by becoming so memorable, or if it's a disservice because people kind of get weirded out by that. It's hard to say. It really depends on the person who watches it.
To be honest,
I
the
know
rest of the
personally-
show is just as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot of shows that have a lot of
Yeah.
fan service tend to be really bad. Not because of the fan service, although one can make an argument that it is because of the fan service, but they're just kind of just bad shows in general. And they just happen to have a lot of TNA.
Yeah. The new one from the guy that did High School of the Dead. I don't remember the name of it, but it came out recently.
Cabaneri? Or
No, let me find it.
Cabaneri.
No.
Really? Cabaneri was made by the same guy?
Yeah, it was directed by the same guy, at least, as High School of the Dead.
That explains Mume, actually. That actually completely explains
Mume is a 12-year-old, guys. How do you
How do you feel about that?
about Yoko from Gurren Lagann being a 14-year-old? Like,
That's weird.
it's weird. I thought she was at least
Why
like
do they
20
do that?
something.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. It's weird, but
Because people like it? I don't know.
But it makes more sense to say she's 18 than it, like...
Yeah, but they
I don't know.
they
What's
want someone
like
younger,
the
I
age of
guess.
consent in Japan? At least is it like?
I think it varies depending on where you are.
Oh shit!
It's
Yeah.
it's still looked down upon. If they're under 18, it's still like, while it's legal, it is looked down upon by your peers, and they still have their whole like
Honor thing.
saving face
You
and
gotta-
honor stuff.
Can't have that shame.
I
for
found it.
memory.
It's Triage X. That
Oh,
was
geez.
shit.
Oh my god!
Oh, you
It
mean
was
like the
so
character
bad.
designer for the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Jesus, talk about like just sandbags called boobs.
It was
Everything
so
in
bad.
that show was terrible. Oh my god! One screenshot of it turned me off from anything related to it forever. I mean, it's just like, why?
I tried to watch it and I gave up after like 3 episodes.
Like, who starts drawing it and thinks, you know what? I want this girl to have boobs so big that it's larger than her feet.
I'd love to like meet the animators for like shows like that. Like, what were they thinking? Like, oh yeah, I feel confident making these like really, really, really grossly large boobs. Oh yeah.
It must be difficult to animate, actually.
Yeah.
You'd think it would be harder, right?
Yeah, you
No
just
pun
kind of draw
intended.
some bags, and then you draw a lady behind the bags.
Yeah, basically.
I wonder if they draw the
That's
boobs
pretty
first or the
complex,
woman
actually.
first. Do you think they have to think about that before they draw it in the frame?
No.
Do they think is the character just boobs, and then the only reason they have like a person behind is to be able to show off the boobs?
Do you
You
think,
think
if
if
they
they could
could,
have-
Yeah,
they'd
they
just
think
do
of the boobs
walking
first, and then the character's like...
You think if a show could just have floating boobs as a character, you think they would do it?
I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah,
for
some shows like someone said before. Some shows just have like where people talk. It's just their boobs. You could just see their chest talking, as if that's like the most important part of their character.
Oh yeah, that's true, yeah.
Oh god, no. No, I can't. I won't be able to do that, guys. I need my anime to be slightly deep.
Dude, talk about deep fan service shows. Monogatari series, am I right?
Oh
Dude.
god.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, that's one. Missy, what have you seen from Monogatari? Just curious.
I've watched shit. I've watched Bakemono.
Cool.
I've watched up to the 2nd season basically, and I'm halfway through the 2nd season. Yeah, I haven't
Alright,
watched
so have you
any
gotten
of
to
that.
Nisei then, which is like the most fan service ever?
Yes, I've gotten to Nisei.
Yeah. Okay.
But it wasn't that bad.
So-
I liked it.
Are you sure? Wasn't that? Didn't you at least see the toothbrush
Toothbrush
one?
The
scene,
toothbrush
yeah.
scene isn't
Yeah.
like as bad as people say. Honestly, I thought it was
Isn't
like
it,
pretty
though?
funny
It's not.
because I knew what I was getting, and I knew about the toothbrush
It was
scene
funny,
before.
yeah. And also, at least
But-
it was different. It wasn't the normal type of fan service. You know?
Wait, who was it that tried it out on their girlfriend again?
It was some guy on her anime, but I don't
God.
remember who.
No. That sounds horrible. I can't believe someone would actually do something from an anime and try it in real life. Guys. If you're watching the Our Anime podcast and you try something from an anime, I'm going to ask you to reevaluate your
But I
life
thought
priorities.
anime was real life.
Anime
It's like all
is
those guys
real,
in high
Desu.
school that run with their hands behind their back.
Ooh.
But it makes you faster.
It does, though.
It's aerodynamics.
I mean, Sonic does it, and he's the fastest in the world.
Gotta go fast.
Oh my god! But I guess I can understand if it's being unique. Then people would be more inclined to like kind of like brush it off because it's not the usual. Maybe
Brush
it's
it
because
off.
people are so.
Jaded.
Speaking
we've
of
already
like unique
seen-
fan service, there's a lot of shows with like quote unquote like unique fetishes, like Monster Musume, and like
Oh, yo. Is that unique?
I mean, I don't know. How
I
many
think
people do you know
monster
that are
girls
into
are
snake
really.
girls? Like,
I mean, like, monster girls have been around since Frankenstein, right?
I mean,
Frankenstein
yeah,
wants a dude. Oh wait, no.
Frankenstein's
Okay,
wife.
okay.
His bride.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so I think what the actual like fan service shots in Monster Musume are nothing special. It's very much the same, like, you know, here's some boobs, here's some butts that we see in
And
pretty
then you
much
see
every other
Smith's
anime.
legs, and you're just like, whoa, crazy.
Leg man.
Maybe. But obviously, most of the appeal comes from the fact that they're monsters and not regular.
But they have like regular
female
female
humans.
body parts for the most
Yeah.
part.
Do they?
It's surprisingly enough,
Some of them
the
do.
exact same female parts that would make for good fan service shots,
Yeah.
which, you know, is kind of iffy. You know, why do they all have to have cute girl faces? Why can't some of them be like
Ugly.
have, you know, the arms of a human?
I don't know. That'd
instead
be
of
weird.
the face of a human?
Yo,
Like,
I'm just like.
Wait, no.
getting-
Mia's the only one with like human arms, at least. If I remember
No,
correctly.
doesn't the spider
No,
Oh,
one?
yeah.
a lot of them do.
Spider
Well,
one.
she doesn't
has
have
them.
legs,
No,
but
No, Spider one has actually claws on her
Oh,
hands.
Yeah,
what?
she has
Sure.
like shell.
I don't-
like armor. Or
Oh
whatever.
dang! I don't like legs that much.
Exoskeleton.
the only one that kind of has both arms and legs is Sue. But like Sue's, it's her own
Fine.
kind of thing. Yeah,
Dude. That's my
yeah.
prediction.
Sue's the best girl. I think we can all agree, right?
Yeah, of course.
She can be literally
she can be
anyone
any
else.
bus
I think
size.
that
That's
makes
so
her win.
like.
I haven't
that's so
seen-
innovative.
I haven't seen Monster Musume, but like I think Poppy is best girl. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
No, you're just buying into
You
the
just,
hype.
saw a couple gifs of Poppy. You're just like, oh, that's best girl right
Poppy
there.
sucks.
Whoa,
pretty fucking
okay,
terrible.
Missy.
Poppy lays eggs.
I don't
That's
know.
weird as shit.
Yo, eggs are great.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking
Eggs
weird.
are great. Eggs are a part of
No,
an essential
no, I
breakfast.
don't think you are.
She's not even a mammal. What the fuck?
Yeah, like that's a huge thing.
Yo,
man.
like snakes are.
Yo, it's one thing to fuck a
Dude,
monster
dude.
girl, but to like fuck like a non-mammal monster girl, that's weird, man. That's,
What about
that's
like
too
the
far.
snake and the spider?
I mean, I don't know. It's different, man.
Mia's cool.
Yo, spiders are 100% not mammals. Like I
Right.
can tell you for a fact.
yeah, they are spiders. I mean, you have a point there. Still, it's just Sue's the best. That's all everyone needs to know.
That's it. End of podcast.
There we go.
Well, see you guys next time.
Yeah, but Monster Musume is interesting. I think it was really overhyped when people like talked about
It's
it. 'cause
mostly manga readers.
we have to remember that-
'cause it was a
What?
like
Yeah,
fairly
yeah.
obscure manga, at the
Manga?
time.
Anime got overhyped by its source readers?
What?
Okay.
That never
I
happened.
actually want to bring up the fact that manga fan service and anime fan service are like two completely different things
Ooh,
a lot
true.
of the time.
Yo,
And with Monster Musume being a manga first,
Uh-huh.
there's definitely a lot of like specific scenes that only really work in a manga, but then when it's an anime, I feel like it causes some problems. Like if you have a boob reveal or something, and the shot lasts for like 5 seconds in order to show that, but in a manga, it's fine to like have it for a page.
Yeah, that's true.
But the longer they stay on it in an anime, the worse it
Pacing,
gets. I
yo.
feel.
It's a
There's
difficult thing.
law of diminishing marginal return. Or whatever it is.
Well, it's important.
Yeah. No, I feel you, because, like, I haven't really watched that much ecchi anime, but I read a lot of ecchi manga when I was a kid, like a hormonally charged 14, 15-year-old on one manga to avoid getting the, like, famous viruses from, like, these websites. Like, I went to one manga, and, like, like, I think it makes sense, though, because, like, in general, when you have, like, a frame like that, and fan service very much so depends on the art, right? It's kind of like fight scenes in that sense. Like, you don't want to look at, like, hastily, like, thrown together fan service. Like, nobody wants that. Like, But when you have a manga, you have a week to work on 17, 18 pages, and, like, that one page can be, like, really detailed, right? But when you're in an anime, like, that, you have a week to work on 24 minutes of thousands and thousands and thousands of frames. So you're obviously not going to be able to spend that much more time on that one shot.
I don't know. Some anime have like really really detailed fan service. I've
Oh,
noticed.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Just talking in the general.
Yeah.
What's a show with really good fan service, you'd say?
Psychoner.
Yeah,
service.
Saikano has.
It has the best detailed tights.
Yo, it's
ever.
got legs, man. Legs.
Yeah.
Legs on legs on legs.
Yeah.
This could be the legs cast, honestly.
Yo, I would
Can
be
it be?
100%.
It's not.
Yo, okay, so we got to talk about K-On! We got to talk about Hibike Euphonium. Hibike Euphonium legs were, they were fire.
Have you guys watched
Ayura?
Or however you say it? Yes.
The thigh show?
Thyura?
Yes.
Thyura?
That is some
Yeah,
beautiful
just call
thigh
it that.
service right there.
So much legs. Oh, man. Oh.
Does that feel when you're not a leg man?
What?
How are you
I mean,
not a
you don't
leg
really
man?
have to be a leg man to appreciate some good legs, to be
It's
honest.
true. Like, you don't
True.
need to be gay to, like, appreciate Free as, like, an incredibly beautiful and hot show.
Oh, there's another thing, Manservice. That's an entirely different, like, subgenre of fan service.
Yo, like, good man service, though,
Oh,
is, like,
God.
good fan service. Like,
Dude,
it's
good
just
man service
really
is good. I'm not even gay, but, like, Free is, like, full of top-tier man service.
Free is the best, man. So.
Oh, the Makoto's
Although to be honest,
back.
there's not a lot.
There really isn't that much fan service, or man service, unless you just go full-on yaoi. But
I mean,
Yeah.
there's Free. Kuroko no Basket had so much man service.
a lot of sports
That's
anime has
true.
man service.
Sports
Haikyuu
anime
kind of
has
does.
it.
Sports.
Isn't it because the Fujoshis really like sports?
Fujoshis just really
stuff
like
because
guys.
with all the team body.
Guys just being
No, but-
gay and stuff.
But they like
Two
they like
guys.
sports.
You two guys.
They like the situation.
Or more, I don't know.
They like- They like the situations in sports where like guys are bonding.
They're all
constantly,
sweaty
and
and
also
stuff.
they're
Hot
really
bother.
close.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
physically.
And like you gotta like there's an inherent trust. Like you have to like trust them with your life.
And they all have like
Like, that they're gonna
well-toned
do this.
bodies, and oh man, you know.
And then like then guys like they're wearing a jersey or something, and like they're sweating, so like they take the bottom of
Take
their
it
shirt
off,
to wipe out
cool
to
off,
wipe
cool
their
off.
face. Exactly.
We could write porn, honestly. This is pretty easy.
Implying we already have it, right?
Oh god. Just stop, guys. Please.
Yeah.
We don't want to get banned from our anime.
Oh, we have to just
Do our
censor the
mod
nipples.
here.
That's it. That's all we have to
Yeah.
Just use
Well,
Botchan's face to
okay.
censor them.
do.
Holding up a sign, lewd. No.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, you can
so
do that.
let's get back on topic because we kind
Oh,
of
true.
rambled for a bit. I want to ask a important question: is fan service even necessary in a lot of anime? Missy, you want to answer that?
Yeah,
How
if
do you
that's
feel?
what they're going for. Like, it is
But, like,
necessary.
Can the anime itself exist without fan service and like hold it like ignoring shows where fan service is the most important thing that it wants to do because like say its readers are like of a younger age so they want to appeal to them more. Say like more regular shows that just have fan service in addition to whatever else it has going for it. Like say Code Geass. Right?
Code Geass
Is it necessary?
No, it's not necessary at all. Like, obviously it can survive without it. But they won't get the sales they want. That's the most
True.
important thing.
Fan
Fan service sales.
I mean, it depends what kind of fan service you're going for, too, right? So, like, the first things that come to mind, like, really popular show that doesn't feature really any fan service at all. I mean, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Actually, there's one
mean,
scene of
that's
fan
true.
service where
There's
when
when
we
we, like-
lifts off her shirt.
But
There's
that's
that one
barely
scene.
any underboob showing. That's not. You don't even get like tasteful side boob, as Cards Against Humanity would put it.
Oh, I mean, her underboob was
Okay.
pretty on point. Let's
And
not
then,
beat
like-
around the bush.
That's the only thing you're beating, right?
Yeah,
And
dude.
then-
Ooh.
and then-
What else?
And then there's Mustang, like his scene where like he's just casually showing off his six pack.
Yeah, and then there's just Armstrong, which is just man service.
True. You know what? Like now that I think about
It has a
And
lot of
Lust
man
herself is just the
service.
personification of just lust. So
wow. Now that you're thinking, I am in the wrong. Yeah, there was a lot of fan service in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
yeah,
Oh,
but it's
Fucking
not a show that
ruined.
people think about when they think about fan service.
Right. Yeah, because it was done like it's.
It was
nodding in
here and
face
there.
about
It wasn't like all
Mhm.
the time.
Yeah, I think a
Mm.
show that's similar in that sense, where like the fan service, there's like actually quite a bit of it. Like not so much man service, but fan service is and I'm gonna butcher how to pronounce this, is Yozakura Quartet.
Oh, that show? Yeah,
Yeah. So like the fan service isn't intrusive,
it's
and
just
like
there.
it could definitely exist without it.
Right. Yeah,
But-
it's kind of there. Like sometimes you just see like there's a lot of action in the show, so there's like characters like jumping up in the air, and you kind of just see their panty. You're just like, oh, that's their
That
panty.
makes sense though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, yeah. So it's kind of like
Mm.
coincidental fan service, but obviously not really. But
I mean,
You
yeah, it
know
was
what I
totally
mean?
intentional,
No.
but it's seemingly coincidental.
exactly, yeah.
It's like the complete opposite of what Kyoani usually does. Like their skirts, like somehow through magic, like always stay between their legs, so you never even like see a hint of anything.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
so like it's coincidentally never showing anything, whereas YZQ is always showing everything.
Yeah.
But logically, that makes the most sense.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I
Unless
mean,
you're
like
Aqua.
a lot of shows like to or a manga I've read that also like to say that or joke about the fact that there's some magical force keeping girls' skirts like down no matter what.
Oh, like in Nozaki-kun, when Seo does her like little handstand running away thing, her skirt like magically defies gravity.
I just realized that. Oh my god. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also in
God.
Mondaiji Tachi as well. There's that literally Kurosagi has a skirt that you can never see under. That's the whole point.
It's kind of amazing.
Just makes me all the more curious. Like, what the fuck?
What's under there?
What the fuck's into there?
Yo, like I'm gonna be honest though, like I have never seen like a panty shot happen in real life, so I don't know how like realistic it is, like in the first place. Like I've never seen anyone like fall on top of a girl and like just be like grabbing their head and be like, "Oh, what am I touching here?
Oh,
Let
what
me
is
like
this
keep
soft,
grabbing it."
squishy thing? I better grab it a few more times just for extra measure.
There's a gif
man,
of female soccer players. and
Yeah,
that
a
actually
handball.
happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
She totally cops the feel.
That's the only one I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've seen that. So, I guess it does
God.
happen.
Very rarely.
Very
But yeah.
rarely. But when it does, we get a GIF out of it.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah, there's someone always recording it.
Someone's always recording everything. God. So to expand on like the previous question I asked, I want to know if you guys think that if we say there's a show that had fan service, and it's not necessarily essential to the plot, would removing it make it better or worse? Not affect anything? How do you guys feel about that, Missy? You wanna go ahead?
It depends what the show is, but I don't think it'd affect anything really. Like, unless it's something like Kill la Kill, where the fan service is the main part of a story, because it's really important, like the fact that they
Mhm.
use
Yeah,
their
yeah. Well-
clothing in that way, you know. But I don't think it'd
Well, that's-
actually make any difference if it was removed.
Say like Gurren Lagann, which isn't necessarily a show that relies on fan service. It still
There's
has
quite a
it.
bit.
Would it be?
Yoko is
Yeah.
very,
Is
If
better-
Yoko was better dressed, nothing would change.
yeah.
Basically.
Mm,
With Kill la Kill, I thought it was.
okay.
I mean, I don't know if like triggered this intentionally or not, but like it also sends a message of like be proud of your own body, like don't be ashamed.
I
of
think
it.
that was
I
like
think that
totally
was
intentional.
Totally
Like,
intentional.
Right. So like, which is great too. Like that's a good message to send. It's like the total opposite of fan service. Usually, where like Japan. I mean, it's part of their culture, so you can't like it's just a thing. But like,
They're very
They're
prudish.
yeah.
right, and they're very like shy, and like it's supposed to be like, oh, you're supposed to be very reluctant to show your feelings. So
Yeah.
it's like constant like shame about your body. And then like the guy's like, oh, like looking away, blushing. He's like, I don't hate your body or something, and that's like the greatest compliment they've ever gotten.
Yeah, they're always so
God.
embarrassed when things like that happen. Like, really embarrassed.
Right. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's also that. Oh, that reminds me of that like weird phenomenon where like girls in like their underwear gets freaked out, but then they're in a bikini and they're like
What
completely
is the
fine.
difference between like underwear and a bikini? Like,
So when you're wearing a bikini, you wanted to be seen in the bikini, basically.
right?
If someone sees you in your underwear, you weren't expecting it. It's not actually a difference, but it's whether or not you're expecting it, you know?
Mhm.
That makes sense.
But then there are these anime girls who will be like, they'll be like changing, and then they'll be in their underwear, and then they'll get freaked out, and then they instantly go out in their bikini, and they'll be fine. I'm sure there's an anime where that's happened.
There's probably
before.
a lot of anime where that's happened.
Every single beach episode. No, but
Basically.
I understand what Missy's
I
coming
always
from.
hate in those scenes where they like have a go at the guy, like it's his fault that he walked in on them.
Especially if
I
it's
mean,
like,
he always forgets to knock, though. That's the thing.
you know,
Do they have locks in
That's
Japan?
true.
my favorite variation of that trope was in Amagi Brilliant Park, which also kind of tangentially had fan service, where like he opens the door and sees like 50 cents in the bathroom, and then he's like, "Oh crap!" and then he walks out, and like 50 cents like, "Oh, what am I supposed to say?" Kya.
Yeah.
So that was
That's
good.
a really good fan service, actually.
Yeah, you know,
It
'cause,
wasn't
like,
too in your face.
it
Yeah,
wasn't
when
too-
KyoAni does fan service, it's always like
Oh my
it's always
gosh.
nice looking. Like Amagi Brilliant Park had a lot of had quite a bit of fan service for not even for an anime, but for a KyoAni show in particular. Had a lot.
Yo, this is a Kill
What
Annie
about-
show that hasn't shown anything beyond like hand holding.
Yeah,
You gotta
What
censor
about
that.
Phantom?
Phantom World
What
is
about Phantom World,
Well,
guys?
Phantom World is it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Phantom World was
Oh,
it was okay.
that was a thing. That was it was basic. Yeah, it was an.
That was a
average-
lot of fan
so-
service.
That was a lot. That
There
and
was a
Amagi
lot.
Brilliant Park. Yeah.
Okay, so something that bothered me about Phantom World was the fact that, as I was told, the way that the blonde hair girl was rubbing her body was supposed to be some like Chinese way of activating like the elements.
Yeah,
Or something along
I'm
those
so
lines.
sure it's that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where. And to use that as a justification behind the fan service kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, if
Literally
you're
rubbed you
doing
the
it, just
wrong
fucking say it.
That was the best joke I've heard all for a while, man.
I was glad I could deliver it.
That was probably the best joke of all podcasts. Not gonna lie.
I mean, that's also the same episode where she does the limbo, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
infamous limbo with the boobs. That scene was like really well animated, but like at the same time, like holy shit.
I mean, to be fair, most of the time, like fan service is done really poorly. I think that's the problem. You know, like most of the time, like fan service.
It's kind of
anime
half-assed. No pun intended.
Exactly. They're done by like studios just for a quick cash grab, and they're done poorly, and you don't really get like, you know, high profile people working on them, or like so you have Monogatari, which has like amazing studio, amazing animators, amazing directors working on it, which is why like, you know, like it's considered very good. And then you have like KyoAni with Amagi Brilliant Park and Musaiken, and very good. And then you have like other shows where it's like, I don't know,
You have like
Asterisk War.
Triage X, which
So yeah,
Oh god.
so it might be that like really good directors might themselves think it's below them, so they don't want to work on it. So
Mm,
I
yeah,
don't know.
potentially.
Yeah.
hmm
okay. So, moving right along, we've talked a lot about like a lot of shows that do fan service. I'm just wondering if you guys can think of any shows that do fan service. I mean, this goes along with your point about like putting effort into the fan service shots. But are there any shows that do fan service just horribly bad?
I'm gonna have to pull up
Like
my
it's
mail.
just like painful to watch. Like you just see like they show their boobs jiggling, and you're like, this is not right. I never wanted to see this.
There's a lot of anime made by the studio Zebek that is all very, very fan service reliant. Like
Yeah, we
Oh,
mentioned
yeah.
like Triage X is
we mentioned one of those
animated by,
series, Triage
Zebek,
X, yeah.
and Ladies versus Butlers and other things that are all very like they have like really like not unrealistic but unbelievable proportions. I'm not looking exactly for realism. I would prefer like believable.
right.
But
Yeah, that bothers me too in a lot of anime where the proportions seem like slightly
Slightly
out of whack.
a lot of the
So
time
then
it's
I
like
kinda-
it's kind of gross.
Slightly.
But sometimes it's like used for like comedic effect. Like say in the show Prison School, the vice president has these really big boobs, and they're all and her shirt's unbuttoned, and you just see them and they're in your face. And it's done like that because nobody pays attention to them. Nobody like comments on them. Nobody breaks the fourth wall to talk about them. It's just like Andre's face, and I think that was intentional to have them there, just as a joke. Like, yeah, nobody says like, "Oh my god, VP's boobs are so big." They never say that. But
yeah, on the
uh,
yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, because like I mean, like you can have that too, but it all depends on how you react to it, right?
Right.
Like there's this one anime that I just watched called Tsukite Ienayo, which was not by Zebek but like Zex.
Yeah, Zex.
But like one of the characters there has like a very big chest. But like they go through like how she's very self-conscious about it and like how people like have bullied her because of it. So like I think it all depends on like how it's handled.
Right. Definitely.
Okay. I mean, I'm kind of iffy about any fan service I see.
Oh,
I kind of just don't really appreciate it in most of the anime I watch, and unless I'm going in with a specific purpose to see it. But even then, I've only done that like twice, which is for High School DxD and High School of the Dead. Every other series I've seen that has it, and it's kind of like it kind of made me because I can have people watching over my shoulder and seeing me watch this show, and I'm just like,
yeah,
it's not
the
what
shows
it looks
definitely
like.
do give like anime fans a bad name a lot.
yeah. Oh, the show. Okay, so 2 shows where I hated fan service, like were really bad. One is Anti-Magic, like 35th Anti-Magic Platoon Academy or whatever. It was like terrible and fan service galore. That and Asterisk War were airing the same season and were just
Was there a lot
terrible.
of ass in the ass war?
Yeah, there was.
Oh.
But I think the worst instance for me has to be in a certain scientific railgun and a certain scientific railgun S, because it was so prevalent and so unnecessary.
Honestly, when I saw the series, I thought it'd be cute girls doing cute things, but I wouldn't expect fan service in that.
No, yeah, like it starts off with like, you know, like they're like 13, 14 years old and like they're taking a shower and like this girl Kuroko like casually like teleports into like another girl's stall to like grab at her chest, and she's like, oh, like these
That's molestation.
yeah, no, for sure.
That's illegal.
yeah, so like on multiple levels I'm not okay with it. Which sucks because like Railgun S is very, very good, especially the first arc. So that I guess like is the worst instance of a fan service to me, not because like the fan service itself was bad, but because it detracted from an otherwise amazing show.
Yeah, it was like jarring, basically. Yeah.
I can get that. I can get behind it. That's true. So, okay, before we move on from the edgy kind of fan service, you guys want to give the viewer your most favorite moment of fan service? Fate, you want to give us one?
I mean, I really like I said, the K-On! One. That one's got to be.
But we're talking about like full on edgy.
Full on edgy.
Full on.
Man, that's got to be.
Just boobs to the ceiling.
You know, like Code Geass was alright. Like I was a fan of Code Geass. Like Karin, I like Karin a lot. But you know, like the Gurren like pilot seat is like completely different than the other Nightmare frames. Like it has her like leaning forward. So I was like, you know, I can get behind this. Not literally because she's 2D, but you know, like if possible, I would get behind this.
Okay. Missy, you want to give the viewers your favorite moment?
Like, I guess I'll go with a more recent series. Basically anything Sue does in Monmusu, but probably the scene where she's giving whatever the main guy's name is, because he doesn't matter, a bath and she's like washing him. Yeah, that one.
Whoa, that's so lewd.
That's very lewd. Jeez, Missy, I thought you were pure.
Jeez,
God.
Missy,
what
come
made
on.
you think that?
All your fan art, it's like so safe for work, so censored.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely.
Oh, this is horrible. This is terrible. Personally, for me, I think my favorite would probably have to be. I'd have to go with Monster Musume as well. Honestly, Sue. There's a reason Sue was my favorite. And probably Prison School as well was pretty good for it, because it was just like they really like to emphasize like certain fan servicey scenes, but then like make it a plot point, which was great. So I really enjoyed that. And yeah. Becker's incapacitated right now, so we're gonna skip him for a bit.
Yo,
Sorry, Beck.
before we go on, I just want a quick shout out because I was reminded by Manservice, like whoever came up with the popsicle, like fan service thing, like they're going places, man. Because like,
yeah.
It wasn't that in a lot of shows. There, I can think of To Love Root.
Yeah, it was
that.
in
I can
To
think
Love
of
Root
like
as well,
this
I think To Love Root
this
Darkness
VA.
had that.
It was
And-
very famous.
There was another show which was about a VA in the AV industry.
What?
Not the AV industry, but like the game Aeroga games industry, who had to imagine her like, she started like licking a popsicle,
Ugh.
and she made someone else really flustered because she had like went through training to learn how to do it properly for the game.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that was the thing.
'Cause
But yeah,
I know Monster
that's been
Musume
around for a
had
while.
that with Poppy.
Mm.
Did it?
Yeah, I don't think that's anything new,
Uh-huh.
but it's still like really common.
Right.
It's a really
Okay.
good way of not having to censor anything, though.
Yeah, funny fan. Always getting around these things. Why can't they be like HBO and show everything, including dick?
There's like a legit
God.
like law against it, like a act of like 1960
law?
something. I don't know, like the 40 something, like because they wanted to keep the population pure or something and like untainted by the Western influences. Because you know the West is
They've already failed.
the West is
I'm
the
not surprised.
only part of the world that gets it on.
Well, I guess we know why Japan has declining birth rates now.
Oh yeah.
Rip. Oh well, whatever. So we should probably move on to the other types of fan service that you can see in shows. Transformation sequences have always been a thing in anime. Can you guys remember any like really notable ones from anything that you've seen?
All right, I can. So there's this
Okay.
mech show by Bones called Captain Earth, and obviously it was a mech show full of mechs. And the main mech in the show has this like 2-minute long transformation scene where it like transforms in space, and it like there's like different parts of the mech in this like giant spaceship, and it goes through this like long tunnel, and each time goes through like a ring holding another piece of the robot, and it's all really well animated, and it's super drawn out, and it looks really cool, but it didn't have to be like as long as it had to be. It was really like kind of unneeded. It felt like fan service for like, I don't know, Sakuga fans or mech fans or something. But
Yeah, you showed me that actually, and I was actually kind of getting confused. Like, why can't this all happen at once? Why do they need to like have them like attach each part individually?
yeah, sometimes they do it just to like
lengthen the sequence.
pad the airtime, because I guess they don't have enough time to like
That's the
write
worst.
more story. It was original anime too.
Oh yeah, and
Oh.
especially like back in the 90s, when everything was hand drawn, it would just save so much time for the animators if they could do that, because they wouldn't have to worry about the transformation sequences.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why there were
Mm.
so many in Sailor Moon.
there's a lot in
Exactly.
like Digimon and shit too.
Yeah,
The-
yeah.
Doesn't make sense why the recent Digimon had so many transformation scenes that took so long, though. Like that excuse doesn't fly anymore.
Yeah,
True.
Because my childhood,
but
it has to be the exact same.
Now, like, but like transformation scenes. There's one mech one from what's it called? Brave Police J Dector. It's like like some obscure 90s like mecha from Sunrise that I watched when I was a kid, and it was great because like I recently found it again, and I was talking with Spirinix, and just like they do like manly poses before and after transforming, so like they're like a fire truck, and then like as like right as they're transforming, like they're flexing their muscles, and then like after they finish, they're in like a bodybuilder's pose, and so it's fantastic, and like they do it every time
Oh
they
my god!
like combine too. So yeah, it can get really wild out there.
Jeez.
I don't know
Wow.
if you guys
Okay.
have ever seen Cute High Earth Defense Club, but they have really good transformation scenes.
The
Uh-huh.
name
They
sounds
have one for, like-
sounds familiar.
It's really funny. It's basically magical boys,
Uh-huh.
And-
Oh, that
Oh,
show.
and-
God.
and they parody every magical girl anime ever, and it's really funny. They have a talking wombat instructor, so.
Oh,
Wombat.
And he's pink as well.
Cute.
Oh, pink. Jeez.
yeah. No, so like,
my
but
God.
on the flip side, Cardcaptor Sakura is really famous for its transformation scenes because
They aren't
it
real
had a
transformations, though, right?
Yeah, because like they didn't reuse animation because each time like Sakura had a different outfit in like I want to say like 95% of all the episodes, and so they would have to redraw the entire thing from scratch with just like different clothes. So that was like interesting because that's not a way of like freeing yourself up to do other things. That's like putting more work on your shoulders.
Plus, the show like looks really good from like the few episodes I've seen in BD
Oh
quality.
yeah, it's like most people consider it, and I do too, for whatever my opinion is worth. Like the last great hand drawn show, like before the digital age with cell animation. Like it is gorgeous. Plus, they had like it was when Madhouse was at its very peak.
Wasn't it made
So
in
they
the
had,
back
like-
of the 90s?
Yeah,
At, like,
so
late 90s?
98 to 2000 was around the time period.
Wow.
So right on the cusp of it. Yeah, there's like a great scene from the first movie. I mean, I have a streamable of it. We can link it if we want. But it looks great, and they had like people from Ghost in the Shell working on the movie and on the TV show.
Wow.
So
Wow, that is fancy.
yeah,
Damn.
for a magical girl show.
It is a really good
God.
magical girl show.
Oh, for sure.
Oh wow.
So-
Okay. The only thing I appreciate about the transformation sequences is just seeing it for the first time. Like I think Kill la Kill was really good for it. Just the transformation sequence with Don't Lose Your Way.
Oh,
I
yes.
honestly really love that. That first one. Oh my god, the hype I felt just seeing it happen, and then like 5 episodes later, it just kept happening.
What I like is
The
like when
last
they transform
transformation
into
scene.
something new.
Oh yeah.
Like not a magical girl show, but in Gurren Lagann, they're always like getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's always really cool to see just like they change like every few episodes. Oh, it's the most hype shit ever.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, they keep those transformations are great. I just hate it when they keep redoing the same ones. I'm fine if they reuse the animation from the first one if they're applying like adding some more features in, but yeah, reusing animation for transformation sequences feels lazy to me. Fucking animators.
Most of the
It
time,
is
it's for like
lazy.
kid shows too, and kids won't like I guess notice that shit. They won't really care. They're just like, whoa, that.
Yeah,
looks
I
really
never
cool.
noticed it when I was watching Sailor Moon when I was younger.
Okay, well I guess that's. Man, they need to learn that their anime is being consumed by
But
us.
I think they know that. But they
Adult-
just kind
They
of don't
do.
adult
really
Western people.
Or they think we just want fan service.
care. Yeah, that too.
Oh fucking hell!
Yeah.
We can't win. They think all we think about is sex.
I mean, we kind of do. It's a very sex is very popular in Western society, but
But in a way, it's not as well. Like, it is
It's
popular,
very taboo a lot of the time.
but we're also very anti-sex.
it's a weird like
It's
paradox.
very, yeah, it is. At least
Yeah, it's
they're
not like you can...
thorough with their anti-sex.
Yeah, I mean, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to another type of fan service, the non-lewd variety. Story fan service. I'm sure you've all had you've noticed a moment in a show where you kind of just you really, really want something to happen. It feels like wish fulfillment almost, because that's what I feel like story fan service is, wish fulfillment for the viewer. I'm sure you guys can think of 1 or 2 series where you really wanted something to happen and then it did, and you're like, yeah, but then like later you kind of thought back to it and it was like, maybe it didn't make the most sense. I mean, I can think of that for a lot of Western shows.
Like
Oh yeah,
And-
they definitely do on Western shows.
Yeah, which really bugs me. For anime though, the only things I can think of is like when in shonens or something where like the main character has kind of struggled a lot against a villain and then he kind of just like wins
Yeah, he
after struggling so
the-
much.
with like the power of friendship.
God
it's always
damn it.
nice to see
Yeah.
like side characters like win too. I noticed that in like a lot of like for movies for like long running shonen, like there are like usually original stories, and you get to see like all your like favorite side characters kick ass and shit. That's pretty much fan service. That's totally for the fans.
Yeah. Can you guys think of any specific anime series though with that have like a really good example of this? Becker, Missy, Fate, anything?
Most
Evangelion.
OVAs.
Oh, OVAs
Well.
too. Of
OVAs,
course.
yeah.
OVAs, and then Evangelion 2.22, which is essentially like fan service the anime, like in every type. So like they have, of course, like Mari, they have Asuka in the plug suit.
Oh yeah,
But also they
that
have,
plug
like-
suit butt though.
Oh my god.
And then so that's like edgy fan service, and then you have like story fan service because you have like Asuka is much more tsundere.
She's like classic
Ray.
tsundere too.
Exactly. And Rei is much more dere. So like she has a lot more of a cutesy side. And then of course Shinji keeps getting into the robot.
Dude, that's
then
what
you
we all
have
want to
the-
see
Oh,
is
man.
Shinji just getting the robot. That's the good shit.
And then you get 3.33, which is like Shinji, whatever you do, don't get into
Shinji,
the
what the
fucking
fuck,
robot.
man? Why don't?
Stop getting into the robot now. But then and then you have like the animation fan service because like
Oh, it looks really good.
absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. The one running scene with Unit 01
hmm
is just like balls. All the
The
balls.
CG in
balls
it looks
amazing.
pretty good too for like
Uh-huh.
CG standards.
Man, I should probably get around to watching that. I've only watched the original Evangelion series, and then I had a bunch of like elitists tell me to never watch the rebuilds.
I mean,
What? It's good. They're good. I like them a lot.
Well, you guys probably
Okay.
don't notice it, but in Evangelion 3.33, there's a
Uh-huh.
lot of like Fujoshi fan service.
Oh,
yeah.
with
That piano
Shinji
scene?
and Kaoru.
dude,
Yeah,
Literally like the gayest scene of all time.
It's so
so
gay.
gay.
Oh my god. Like not even like 100% not in a derogatory sense. I mean like literally in like
like the
these
piano is a
guys-
metaphor for sex, and they're just
Yes.
playing each other.
I'm pretty sure at one point like Shinji's like I'm not experienced in this, and Kaoru's like just let it happen to you. Like
Oh my
I kind of
god.
wonder what Anno was thinking when he was doing this.
So there's the rumor where Anno says like Shinji's relationship with Kaoru is supposed to be indicative of Anno's relationship with Ikuhara, the director for Maoru Penguin Drum, Utena.
Oh yeah, they're
Sailor
friends.
Moon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's like rumors that they could be like more than friends.
Ooh,
Like Anno like saw himself kind of as like Shinji to Ikuhara's Kaoru. So there's like a few interviews out there that reference this, like by Ikuhara himself too. So
that
I
sounds like
guess
something Ikuhara might
Ikuhara
say.
provides a lot of like Yuri fan service too.
oh
He's really into that.
Yeah.
Yuri Kumarashi like
No, see,
Right.
there's a show that has like meaningful fan service too, as well.
Yes, it does.
yeah, how could we forget about Yuri fan service?
Oh no, man! I do not accept Yuri. It is a fad. It is a circle jerk. I hated Valkyrie
Okay.
Drive. Fuck
You know,
that shit.
Reina and Kumiko are just
Dumb.
friends. They are just that. They are not more than friends.
Yo, like Yamada
Very
Naoko like
good
has
friends.
come out and said that like she doesn't see it as Yuri. Like
I mean,
she's
the
legit
show,
come out
the
and
show sure like sold it as Yuri, kind of.
The fans will never give up.
They got
Okay,
them
but
Yuri
Madoka
goggles
and
on.
Homura, they're not friends.
Oh, Sayaka and what's her face? Her last name's Sakura. That's why I remember. Oh my goodness, this is like gonna kill me. Sayaka and the red one.
Oh, Kyo.
Kyoko?
Yeah, Kyoko.
Yeah, Kyoko. It's like especially in
In Rebellion, they even hold hands.
Oh,
Spoilers.
I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
This is a
Wow.
It's heavily implied that they're, scissoring and stuff. But
ugh.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
That's
You
a-
can't give people that image.
I forgot Yuri's
God.
only pure.
We're
Yeah.
a family-friendly
Pure.
podcast.
There is no tainted Yuri. It's the purest form of
So
love.
like for the three of you who are interested about like Reina and Kumiko and Hibike Euphonium, like Yamada did an interview where someone was like the interviewer and like Ishihara were like, yo, like this is like Yuri, but it's totally different than what men think Yuri is. Like they're like it's more realistic, it feels more like it's towards older women. And Yamada was like, yeah, that's right. And she's like, yo, it's I'll say it clearly, I don't think that's depicted as Yuri. I just wanted to depict adolescence. So maybe like Yamano's adolescence
Yo,
was
she had
Yuri?
like her adolescence was lit. Man.
Oh
No,
my
I
God.
see what you mean, because adolescence can be about exploring stuff like that without actually.
Mhm.
Well, it's like
Doing
innocent,
anything?
kind of like exploring.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
That lip jiggle was 100%.
Oh, man.
innocent.
Guys, please.
Yo, I think that's like probably the most lewd thing we've talked about like in today's podcast. Like not even memeing. That lip jiggle.
Well, man. Even more than the boob jiggle. Even fucking more than the boob jiggle. God damn it. Okay, well, we are getting slightly close to an hour, I think. So let's go through some final thoughts. Missy, would you like to say anything, some closing remarks on fan service overall in general? Anything that comes to mind.
I like fan service. Most people know that. I think I don't like it when it's too much, unless it's a show that's really good at it, like High School of the Dead or High School DxD. But I do feel like we are fed too much of it, and we could probably do with not as much, because they seem to think that's what we're interested in, and it sometimes ruins good shows, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get that.
Mm.
Becker, what about you? What are your closing thoughts?
I feel kind of indifferent about fan service in general, but like Busy said, there are times when it's like just too much, or it's just kind of in the wrong show. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fate, what about you?
Yeah, like I mean, if I'm going into it expecting fan service, like I want there to be fan service. But yeah, I guess I'll just reiterate for the third time what everyone else was saying. I think, yeah, like it all depends on the context, and also like it depends if it's good. Like Amagi Reading Park, like the fan service doesn't need to be there, but it's amazing. So like, yeah, for sure, like keep it there.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm going to be the contrarian one here and say I despise it most of the time, unless it's the show's specifically made to try and get that audience. If I want to see like lewd bits everywhere, I'd read the dojins for a show, TBH. Just like, because that's the thing. Every show has dojins at this point. Why do I need to see fan service in the show?
But if there's no fan service, where are the dojin artists gonna get
What
the
if there's
inspiration
no
from?
dojins?
Yeah,
They find a way. Okay,
dojins find a way.
fucking find a way. You think there's no such thing as K-On! Dojins?
No.
There's
no.
loads.
Okay,
No.
we're ending this.
See, the
Okay,
K-On! Dojins
goodbye,
are the
people.
weirdest ones too.
No.
Not that I know what they are, but you know.
I'm not listening.
Oh, yeah. They're kind of weird because, like, faceless old men like to make several appearances. Surprisingly enough.
No. Okay, that is
We're done.
Well, they
something I do
saying.
not need to know.
I mean, they could just be passing by on the street. I'm not saying
Are
what
there
they're
even male
doing.
characters in K-On! Like,
Yeah, Satoshi,
There's
Mitsu's younger
one.
brother.
Yeah.
there's like the
And-
principal. That's it.
There's loads in the movie though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh yeah, because they go. Spoiler alert! They go somewhere else.
Wow.
Yeah, like you
The
can really
taxi
spoil
driver
K-On!
was a dude.
Oh, dude, the hotel dude was a dude.
Yeah.
Not the hotel, the sushi shop. Sushi shop. Ugh. Place was a dude.
The taxi driver had the best accent ever.
Talking about the number of male characters in K-On! Reminds me of the number of female characters in Kaiji.
There's like one. There's literally one.
There's one.
Oh.
There's literally one female character in all of Kaiji. It is impossible for it to have fan service like of the SG kind. It has a lot of like story fan service though. But it's still like very much a dude only show.
Yeah.
Sausage Fest.
Wow, it's
TBH.
kinda
It's for dude men. It's for dude men.
For Randy.
Oh my
Randy
fucking
fan
God,
service
guys.
for dude men.
You got me. You fucking
We
got
cracked
me.
the
Okay.
code.
Well, isn't that what
Okay.
JoJo's like anyway?
JoJo is not like fan. It's more like just fabulous.
It is like fan service in the way that it's like very manly.
Yeah. There's actually a few like
Also
episodes of
'cause-
female fan service. There's very few female characters in JoJo, but when they
Yeah,
are in
okay,
there,
yeah.
you definitely see their butt a lot. Like Lisa.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that one episode of
But I
Stardust
think,
Crusaders.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. I think Araki just likes to draw posing more than anything. So I don't think it's necessarily related to the fact that they're guys with bulging muscles. I think he just wants poses. And having muscles just, work well for posing. Can't have a scrawny guy posing like some
That's
crazy
some weak
stuff
shit,
with-
man. You gotta be well.
Get that out of here. Get that out of here.
See, it's important because you gotta have the muscles to pose in the poses that he makes.
Dude, speaking of muscles, let's
Like,
talk
there's
about
that-
muscles in Free. Like, man,
Yo, Haru's legs
Okay.
though.
Haru's leg,
Haru's
dude.
ass.
The ankles in the show are like,
Oh.
wow.
Yo, like I don't even know what's called. Like when like the ankles like get thinner by the Achilles.
Oh, dude, that's some good
Yeah.
attention to detail.
And they have
right
that
there.
little bump.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, guys, you can calm down.
we're fan
now.
gaming about Free. No pun
Free's
intended.
We
Immersive
haven't got to
experience.
the back muscles yet.
Yo, Free is an immersive experience. It's not just the characters.
You
getting
you
wet.
just want to dive in, Like,
Dive in.
just drowning in that.
Oh my fucking god, Becker.
Keone is
We're-
drowning
like,
in
we're
the
just-
Fujo box. I swear.
Okay, they're collarbones though.
Yo.
Like
Yo, the wrinkles in the
Yeah.
clothes is like fucking great too.
Go is the best self-insert character. Like, cause she just loves.
She just
all of
gawks
it.
at him too. Oh.
She just stands there with like sparkly
she
eyes.
just admires the muscles too. She's like, oh my god, look at all the muscles every time they're at a meet. Oh,
My favorite is when they go like shopping, and she's like, I'm so happy to see them like posing in like swimsuits, but like 4 hours later, she's like clearly OD'd on the fan service.
Okay, I think we've talked enough about Free, guys. I think we've talked enough about fan service TBH. We're almost at an hour.
we could just
Probably
make a
past
free
an hour,
cast.
actually.
Just talk about
We
free.
could make a free cast. Oh man.
Then do it without me, guys. I feel
You're
so
free to
like
leave,
left out
Randy.
and violated here.
Yo, just watch Free. It's I think
No,
it's free on
Dude,
no.
Crunchyroll.
Dude,
I
it's
wanna-
so
Watch it.
good
I wanna
though.
keep my
It's like
purity.
really good.
It's
I want to remain
beautiful.
pure. No, no.
Randy's
It's
just
actually
afraid he'll
so
turn
good.
gay.
Yo, he'll just like the first episode when Makoto takes his shirt off in the pool,
Oh my
and
god.
he's just gonna be like, "Oh God." He's like, "That shirt is a metaphor for me right now."
Yeah, I'm so wet.
That episode where they go night swimming. That was good.
Yes. Oh.
The lighting.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, no, we really should wrap things up, guys. Let's stop before we alienate more of our viewers.
Dude, we're trying to turn them on to free. Like,
Yo, we're trying to get the Fujoshi crowd up in here for all 10 girls in our anime.
and like
Oh, yeah, that's
3
right.
of them are probably for Joshi.
Okay, whatever. Well, thanks again, Missy, for coming on the podcast. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yay.
Yeah, and we'll see the rest of you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
You guys want to say bye as well?
Yeah, sure.
Nah.
Bye, guys.
They already know.
Wow.
It's implied.
I mean, I thought you were going to say bye to our viewers.
See you,
man.
I guess.
Didn't think it was going to be that cold.